Matt, I wanted to ask sort of broadly for next year how you plan to approach, incorporate advanced TV, addressable OTT, programmatic. There's a lot of things swirling around, and I know it's a work in progress for all of us. But what is your sort of overarching thought, goal, vision for the new year?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, we want to continue to sort of push for change. And the way that we do that is continue to move towards platform-based, data-driven buying and optimization and eventually measurement across all media channels, including things like linear television. So how do we continue to move towards automation and better measurements so that we can really move beyond broad demography, at least for a portion of the buys, and really go and maximize our delivery against the intended audiences, the advanced audiences that are uh, are really who we're trying to reach. And I would say measurement is a really key thing for 2021 because, as I think we all know, there's a major outage in terms of app-based media. So things like OTT, which is the largest growing and the fastest growing medium we have today. We don't have a great way of measuring that. Nielsen doesn't have a great way of measuring that area. And so working with the partners and the sellers to make sure that there's ways for us to get the information we need from them to at least incorporate that black box into our overall reach frequencies, and then eventually things like MTA and attribution analysis is really key. So measurement is going to be big for us in 2021.
I wanted to ask you about enablement and what this means, particularly on a national basis. Where you hope that goes, what you'd like to see, and what your expectations are.
Sure, great question. Enablement to me really means the ability to enable all households or the majority of television households to become addressable. So right now we're working with the MVPDs, which are of course your local cable provider. We're able to buy through their smart TV boxes. We're able to deliver specific ads to specific households. And that's available in about 60 to 65% of US cable TV households. So the idea is how do we go beyond that? And the way that we do it is working with guys like Project Or. We do it with working with Canoe, who is doing more of the VOD side, and also working with the TV manufacturers like Samsung, LG, Vizio, and trying to get more and more of those homes to be addressable so that we can serve, again, the right ads to the right household. So enablement, again, for 2021 is going to be a huge endeavor for us. We're already talking to the major network groups, like Warner Media, for example, who are starting to dip their toes in allowing for their national inventory to become more addressable. So it's very exciting. We've been waiting for this moment for many, many years now, and we're excited to start working with these partners to enable those households to be more addressable.
Now, Matt, let me ask you about your clients, about the buy side, about brands, marketers. It's been an educational process, as we've talked about for years. Where is the mindset of marketers? Uh, what is their interest in being part of this? Are there categories that are more inclined? What do you see from your client buy side perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very new to a lot of the clients in terms of sort of the national pod inventory becoming addressable. Certainly, we've had over half of our clients do testing with the MVPDs in terms of household addressable. So I feel like there's a lot of education to still happen. A lot of these partners are still in beta, including Project Or. So it's a little bit nascent at this point. But I think we'll have plenty of testing running through 2021. But I do think we're sort of at the crawl stage now. We're not ready to walk, and we're certainly not ready to run. But I think that that a lot of the clients will be very interested in doing so, particularly the clients that are multi-brand, or they have a portfolio of brands that are on television at the same during the same time, during the same duration. because phase one of this testing is really going to be at the advertiser level, not multi-advertiser. So you need a multi-brand advertiser to kind of switch out creatives, essentially. It's more of an allocation model than it is sort of multi-advertiser at this point. So I think we'll be a little bit limited to those multi-brand advertisers in probably phase one. But again, I think eventually we'll be able to have the majority of our clients taking advantage of household addressability.
No, Matt, there's such fragmentation and so many opportunities in TV that seem to come up every day. I'm sure it poses some challenges for you as a buyer. What are some of the needs you would say to make the sell side more unified, perhaps more open, in terms of executing, in terms of buying and measurement, of course, which you've talked about before? But what do the publishers, the sell side, need to do, including the SSPs?
Sure. I think the big thing is just transparency, right? And allowing the agencies and the advertisers to really see what the contribution is that they're giving, that particular seller, that particular network or publisher. What are they actually adding to things like reach and frequency, not only against broad demo, but again, against these advanced audiences that we're all starting to plan against now. And so, because until we can measure all this, Andy, we're not going to be able to build predictive tools, right? So right now we're living in a world where specifically app-based media, we can't even really plan against it that well. And we're making, we're sort of triangulating data that we're getting from the SSPs, that we're getting from the publishers themselves, and that we're getting from guys like Nielsen. But again, not everybody has the entire ecosystem. And so, we're really going to have to work and continue to work through the rest of this year and into 2021. How do we work with these publishers to really be more transparent by, again, things like taking pixels and allowing us to measure, or passing their unique IDs in the DT files, the data transfer files for programmatic, so that we can really pull everything together in a holistic cross-screen reach frequency. And then once we can measure it again, then we can start building those predictive tools that will allow us to better plan and optimize before we even go into market. So we're really hoping that we continue that process and that the publishers will see the value in doing that, because really it's all about showing their contribution and how important they are to the buy.